Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody to the SBP. This is the week after the famed SBP meetup, the fourth annual. I'm your boy Prime Source. What up?
What's happening, bro? How you feeling?
I am good. I'm really good, man. I ain't feeling pretty good. I don't know. I feel like I kind of went out last night for some reason. I'm kind of slow this morning. Don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get this coffee in me, get a brother going. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
What about you?
good. Yeah, we did have the famed or infamous to some
The infamous.
SBP meetup. Con- uh, Appreciate everybody that came through. I was about to say congratulations. Congratulations to everybody that came through as well. But thank you to everybody who pulled up and hung out with us for a couple hours or a lot of hours. We were out there total for about 7 hours, right? Something like that. So, well,
Yeah, I
y'all
think we
were
were.
out there about five and a half, six, something like that.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we talked about just doing the 1 o'clock games as we've done in the past, but um, turned out to the Cowboys were playing at 4 o'clock. Some people was asking, "Y'all staying? Y'all staying?" I was like, you know what? I don't have that to do. We don't do this but once a year.
Right.
Previous 3 years, I jetted after the 1 o'clock games. We was having such a good time, man. So let's stay here with the people for a little bit, man. And I'm glad I did, man. I had a ball.
Yeah. I got a chance to talk
Yeah.
to almost everybody. Almost everybody. Pretty much, I mean, in detail, I'm talking about like an actual conversation with almost everybody that was there. So that was good.
Yeah, it's good to see my man Cliff out there. It was crazy because you just talking about before the show started. Well, we were during the show last week. So, Cliff ain't coming. Cliff ain't coming. If he say he coming, Cliff showed up, man. I was glad to see the brother.
Yes, indeed. That's my guy. My guy.
Yeah, no doubt. It's crazy. And I've seen Cliff now 2 weeks in a row because I just saw him and Dorian at the Manchester Dale game. We was sitting about a section apart, but I hollered at both of those brothers Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
L4L, baby. L4L.
Oh yeah, they got a good one coming up Friday. I can't wait. Wait on that one. Jay, what up, Cuzzo? Good morning. Caesar says the source is sleepy. In the book of Joshua. Here we go. Here we go. Shout out to Caesar, man. Caesar made it out there without getting jumped. He ain't
Yeah.
swinging nobody. Nobody swung on Caesar. Caesar actually made it through the SBP meetup, no security need.
Yeah. He shouldn't have, though. But hey.
Well, he had some people out there that had his back too. So
Yeah, I hear.
I guess further than me, even I had on a blue cowboy hat. I might as well had on the black hat because I think some of them folks was upset when I muted Caesar last week. They wanted their boy back, so it is what it is. It's for the people, man. It's for the people.
You can mute him right now if you feel like
Hey, my opinion, that was probably the best one. And I think all of them were pretty good. I think all of them were pretty good. But to me, I think that might have been the best one. People came out early. We had to wrestle for an extra table or so. But yeah, I really enjoyed that, man. A lot of knowledgeable folks out there, man. And we had people that
it.
don't
Yeah.
even live in VA no more out there. So shout out to Joe.
Yep.
No doubt.
And normally we would say shout out to, well, I guess we could still say shout out to the location, but there was one particular employee that was not on our side, was not on our side. So,
She just
you know,
having trouble with a lot of stuff going on. So
she got, she got a hard life. She got a hard life, maybe.
Fair enough, man. So can't wait to see you guys next year at the fifth annual. Place to be determined. I mean, the place was fine. The place we always had it outside. They had a few bathroom issues. I know they were short
Oh, yeah.
staffed or whatever. Yeah, the bathroom was kind of crazy, but other than that, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. And shout out to Vernice and Daryl for making it through after not being able to make it through last year. So I'm glad we stayed.
Yeah, they had pulled up from out of town. They literally had just gotten home from out of town.
Dedication.
Yeah, and they don't live like right around the corner. So shout out to them.
First ballot Hall of Famers, right there for sure. On that, so that was crazy too because they played each other. So I can imagine that household. That was the Colts and Patriots. I
Yeah,
bet you things get real spirited, during that week when they meet up.
yeah.
Somebody
Even when they both,
somebody mad. You know, look, there's a difference. I guess there's a difference in that household sometimes of whether or not we having a full course meal or it's just gonna be hamburger helper.
so y'all,
And I can get it.
you're
I can
on your
understand.
own. You're on your own.
I understand. Love both of those, those two folks right there, man. No doubt. It's all good. Um, let's get into this real quick, man. Let's go and talk about, we're a few days behind because this went down a few days ago. And of course, that would be uh, Thursday night football. So Thursday night football, some things popped up. First of all, the game itself. The game itself is a matchup between two teams in the same division. One team I had stated last week that I felt was absolutely the best team in the National Football League, and during the week I said that they took a L. They took a L while we were at the SBP meetup, right? And the other one was a team trying to find their way back who had found a hot streak. And of course, we're talking about the Ravens and the Bengals. And of course, we know that the Ravens prevailed 34-20 in that game. And I thought it was a really interesting game, of course, before the injury, which we're going to end up talking about. But I thought the game was really interesting early. Both teams. I saw one team source that was getting back to what's giving them that winning formula, spreading the ball around. And I seen another team looking like they had to try to find a new way. I don't want to say a new way, but another way to manufacture yards and points. But we know the Ravens won it, man. What was your impressions of the game?
Well, thankfully for your take from last week, the Ravens did get back on track, and I mean, all in all, when you look at the totality of the game, they were able to put up a lot of points. They didn't give up a lot of points, gave up a late score to make the game look even closer than it really was.
Right.
But outside of that, it was the regular shout out to Lamar. Shout out to OBJ. OBJ got busy, even though he did come up a little lame at the
Yeah.
after the last joint. But shout out to OBJ for giving them people the business a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out. It's good to see. It's good to see a lot of them actually get involved, and that's been the theme with these Ravens. Even Bateman. Remember, Bateman was unhappy last year about his role in the offense. They're finding a way to incorporate him. He got in the end zone the other day, but we talked about this at least a couple times already this season during the Ravens' success. It's not just Lamar's legs, man. They getting everybody involved in this thing. You might not get it in back-to-back weeks if you're a receiver, but you're gonna get the rock.
Mm.
Unfortunately for them, of course, they lost Andrews in that game. He's now done for the season. So we're gonna see if Isaiah Likely or whoever can take up the slack there. But I love what I saw getting everybody involved in the passing game. And just as the Bengals started to step back a little bit and try to focus on the receivers, thinking like, okay, these guys for real. Okay, they're coming up. Then came the running game again, and Gus was continuing to find the end zone. I think he had 2 touchdowns again the other night. So the Ravens, when they are clicking offensively, are up there with the scariest teams in the league. They just don't need all these super big names to get it done.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful
so
thing. Did well, I guess we'll talk about the other party that was injured in this game.
well, I mean, that's obvious. Let's go on and get to it. I think that was that quick and fair breakdown of it. And of course, we're talking about Joe Burrow. And Joe Burrow is done for the season. Was that ligament, nerve damage, whatever, in that hand. And what a crushing blow to a team who was just trying to find their way back and try to make sense of everything that was going on in front of them because they're in a stacked division right now, bro. And they were
Mm.
trying to climb out of the cellar, and many believed that they were going to do it or be able to get in place to get a wild card. But I don't know about that now, bro.
Yeah, a little shaky, baby, a little shaky. I don't think that's happening. Sorry to see Joe Burrow go out like that. He's out for the season, so it's going to be a big change for Cincinnati. Obviously, I know Chase going to be out there joining. Like, why? He's going to be like Devontae Adams for real. What Can I play? Let me get the rock a little bit. So we'll see how that turns out. Burrow is luck 2.0. I saw somebody posted a stat, probably you, Prime, a stat showing Andrew Luck in 115 games was sacked. Was it 115 games? No, 52 games was sacked 115 times, and 155 games, I believe it was. And then Joe Burrow in 152 games has been sacked more than that. Let me find it.
Yeah, it wasn't me, but I saw it. I might have been Will. Somebody posted, but I saw it though. That's interesting.
I got it. 56 games for Andrew Luck, 115 sacks. 52 games for Joe Burrow, 148 sacks. And we know he led the league in being sacked in his first two. Was the first two seasons?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. Hate to see it.
AJ, good morning. JB, good morning, my brother. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we do that. So we ain't really talking on NBA today, but I'm gonna go and do that for you because it's you. AJ wants us. He said he late to the party, but we gotta shout out his OKC Thunder, which we gonna do that because source, you hear me say it all the time in different sports. It's just some teams are just fun to watch, and right. I'm gonna watch. If I'm not doing anything else, and OKC is definitely one of those teams. That young core ball, they ball. Yeah. Started to look like a real veteran squad out there, man. And anytime that they own, I definitely want to check them out. If they can keep most of those cats together, man, they could be on to something.
Right, together and healthy. And I can't expect everybody to stay together, but so long.
Yeah,
because it's a lot of pieces, but they're gonna have to make some moves at some point in time, whether it's this year, next year, the year after. They'll keep that core together. Maybe bring in one of those grizzled veterans and rock like that. Yeah, but shout out to OKC, they balling.
No doubt. Shout out to them. Hats off in the whole nine. Hey man, kind of. I throw this in real quick. And you know how you do things, and you said, "Nah, I'm good with it. I'm not gonna do what I said I was gonna do." And then later on, you said, "Darn, I wish I'd have went on and did it." I think I told you earlier this year that we were plotting. Me, another one of the homies, and the one time Arvin and I talked about it too, about going to the game today, the Cowboys in Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm looking outside. I'm seeing everybody pictures. I know this down there, and I said, "Man, I really screwed this up. I'm supposed to be in Carolina right now." And what's even worse, which I forgot, but I know was fresh on my mind when I saw this. Guess who else was in Carolina last night?
Last night? Really? Yeah. The Knicks?
The Knicks. Yeah, Knicks beat the brakes off Carolina last night. See, this season, that's where I'm slipping, bro. I'm slipping because I'm supposed to be down.
You definitely supposed to be down. That's a double bang bang jump.
Man, that's why I'm supposed to be. I didn't mess that all up, bro. I'm a little hurt by that. I'm gonna have to drink an extra 1 or 2 today to just kind of get myself together and think on this, man. I'm supposed to be in Carolina right
now. Facts. I agree.
But anyway, interesting comment right here from JB, and I get it. I had to read it again. Talking about Joe Burrow. Burrow is definitely not Joe Cool. We all know who the real Joe Cool is. Okay. So, respect that. When I first read it, I wouldn't think about the Hall of Famer. When I first read it,
Snoopy?
Yeah, because Snoopy a dog. You feel me? But then I said, no, that's JB. When I saw who posted, I said, no, that's JB. He talking about 16. Okay, so, but I get it.
Snoopy.
I get it.
Snoopy.
I was thinking about Snoopy at first. Snoopy is a dog. I was trying to say that Joe ain't no dog. We didn't see the dog in Joe. But then I said, oh no, that's JB.
Yeah.
That's the
San Francisco.
I get it. Uh, so check this out, man. You think they can make the playoffs? Because I don't know. Because I'm seeing people who are throwing up all these. I was looking at a guy on the X platform. I don't care. It's still Twitter to me. The Twitter platform.
Brother.
And he was drawing up all these scenarios, and he went deep, brother, was showing how they can still scrap for a wild card, and Jake Browning is going to be able to manage. I don't disagree that Jake Browning can do some good things. I saw some good things from Jake Browning. If he's indeed going to be the guy under center now, especially the way that he dumps the ball off. That's his thing. He's good over the middle. He dumps the ball off a lot. We saw their strategy in that game the other night. They kept dumping that ball and mixing, and it was working. You get them in the end zone, right? The problem for me, I don't know if you saw this or realized this, that all 5 of their losses are in the AFC. You see what I'm saying? And they've lost to the Ravens twice already, and Cleveland already got them. So that's at 3. Tennessee got them. And I can't remember the other team, but I know that all 5 teams that they lost to were in the AFC. Yeah. So
that ain't good. That don't sound promising. Hold on. Miami, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Kansas City, Jacksonville.
Look, you naming those, and I'm gonna give you some people just right outside the mix. Of course, I'm gonna say the Texans. Texas like a game out of first place right now. They coming, right? Well, I know we left the Colts for dead, and they probably are, but the Colts are still in this thing. All said and done, they're on a bye week this week. I'm just saying, if we're talking about things that can shake up and happen, and somebody sneaks in and gets a wild card with even an ugly record. And then another team we're going to talk about later, shout out to my bro, Randy Dawson, the Raiders. I'm just saying, somebody got to get that last playoff spot, right? The record ain't got to be pretty. So you opening the Cincinnati is opening up the doors for a lot of things to happen.
Yeah, it's like 10 teams in the mix.
Yeah, so I don't know. And the Burrow situation adds already to a glut of injuries we've had in the league already, man. We were so excited when the season started, man. And you go back and look at this here. You know, Aaron Rodgers came early. We got the news on Deshaun Watson here recently. I think we're gonna talk about the Browns today. Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, a lot of money on this list. Great. Dang, look at all that money.
A billion.
And Anthony Richardson. The young coach hopeful. So, man, this is crazy. And you look at the team here, I would say, so we talked about them. Jets are not out of it, but we pretty much feel they probably dead in the water with that offense. The Browns are right in the thick of things in that division right now, even without Watson.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings are right in the thick of things. Giants are shot. And all things considered, the Colts right now, I don't know if I want to use, I guess I got to use the term respectable based on everything they went through. So very interesting to see how all of this shakes out.
You know how the value of running backs has changed over the years, or perceived value of running backs has changed over the years, and it's hard for them to get solid money at this point. Let 3 of these teams happen to end up in the playoffs. Let this become a thing where quarterbacks get injured and teams actually still play well. Well, I should say quarterbacks with high price tags get injured and teams actually still play well. That value going to slowly drop.
Man, an interesting one is the Minnesota thing. I was talking to the homie the other day, and a friend of mine, and I was like, they made the people were speculating about Kirk Cousins, and I remember literally maybe a week after his injury, the officials in Minnesota came out and said that they would actually like to try to see if they could bring him back. It would be possible to bring him back. So
Right.
be interested to see what their thought is if they make the playoffs and Josh Dobbs continues to play well. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. But pretty interesting, man. So I think most people agree that the Bengals are done. If they make a run and even get in the wild card, that will be one of the biggest stories of this entire season, all things considered. So I don't know. But speaking of Joe Burrow, right? Two teams that this directly affects us right there in the division with them. We briefly mentioned both of them in one form or fashion at the start of the show. And both of them get it on today, same division. Both teams 6-3. That would be the Steelers and the Bengals going at it. We know that the Bengals are dealing with Deshaun Watson being done for the year. DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is going to take over the quarterback position. And by all thoughts, he had a good week of practice, so they seem to be pretty hype about him. You ain't buying it.
It sound good. I bet it be this. I bet it be a whole lot of handoffs today. Man. Thankfully for them, this is actually a winnable game for them. Because you never know what you're going to get on the other side. It's up in the air. You never know what you're going to get. Now, that said, of course, Pittsburgh has continued to win for the most part. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. But you never know what's going to show up. I mean, are they going to have to cause turnovers to stay in the game? Are they going to have one fluke touchdown? You never know. Is Najee Harris going to show up or not? So I think Cleveland's at the crib, if I'm not mistaken, right? Cleveland's at the crib.
Yes, it's in Cleveland.
Yeah, I could see them coming out and being hyped, being ready. And that defense is always going to be ready. They're always going to be out there to make things happen. So I could see them getting out of this thing with a victory. I mean, as for me, I can't call that though. Like, I'm not going to be out here picking Cleveland. Not today. Can't trust it. No. I'm going with Pittsburgh early and often. 19-13, Pittsburgh with the dub.
Yeah, I agree with you about the Browns running the football. It seems to be if there's a way that you're going to attempt to slow down that Steelers pass rush, it's running the ball. And they're giving Ford and Hunt both had some success this year. But you know what I'm here for. You know what I'm here for. I'm here for the defense, baby. And you got two of the premier pass rushers in this particular game. You got your man Myles Garrett, who's tied for the league lead, I believe, at 11 right now.
Crazy.
And TJ Watt is right behind him at 10.5. So folks going to have to use their legs today. And lucky you got two quarterbacks playing today that can move. You feel me? And they will definitely be able to, have to use their legs. I saw something that was crazy. We were talking about Deshaun Watson, right? He says he's played in only 12 games the past 2 seasons. And of that big $230 million, he's already collected $92 million of it. Woo! 12 games, bro. $92 million pocketed.
I mean, he getting that Jimbo Fisher money.
You gonna have to pay me one way or the other.
Give me my money. That's it.
Yeah. If you look at the last time they played, the last time our DTR got to start, I think he come in and threw like 3 picks. But in his defense, I think he didn't even know he was going to be the quarterback. Like that he was going to play. They said that he had to practice all week due to something else, and then he found out like Friday. You know what I'm saying? Right. So in his defense, I'm going in. Y'all joking? Stop playing, bro. Yeah,
April Fool.
He's
this ain't April.
Ain't even April. Yeah, man. So it's gonna be a fun game. Like I said, both teams sitting there at 6-3. We sitting there trying to figure out how in the world are the Pittsburgh Steelers 6-3. They have been outgained in every game this year. How are you
That's
6?
crazy.
Certain things just don't make sense, bro. Like shoot, little Judy Winslow on Family Matters. She went upstairs, ain't never come back. We don't
Never
know
come
what
back.
happened. You feel me? We don't know
She
what
went out.
happened to it. This makes no sense.
She went out the window.
That's Pam. Pam wouldn't go out with Cole, which I get it. We understand why she wouldn't go out with Cole, but she went out with Jerome. Like, bro,
Wrong,
like
wrong.
you know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? My favorite people always say, why do we put round pizzas in square boxes, but eat it in triangles? Like, it's crazy. Certain things do not make sense. And the Steelers being 6-3 after being outgained in every game this year, you gotta throw that in the mix too.
That pizza one, that's deep. Deeper and deeper. Shout out to Boss. That's deep.
Think about that, bro. Now, everybody in the SVP who's listening to this gonna think about this the next time they got that Papa John's or Domino's box. In the middle of taking a bite, they're gonna be like, that dude Prime ain't all that smart, but he owning something on this one. That's what they're gonna say. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Let me see what the people talking about. Anybody talking about anything? Oh, Judith. Yeah, that's what I said. Look, I know some of y'all in the chat want to say something else. We ain't gonna talk about that. Some of y'all get what I'm talking about. Yeah, we gonna leave that alone. But yeah, she ain't never come down the stairs. I'm gonna leave that. And the rest of y'all that don't know about to start Googling. Don't blame it on me. Don't. Especially if you're in the house right now. All right. So very interesting game. But you gave your pick. I got the Browns winning this 23-16.
Oh, you got the Browns?
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns 23-16.
Okay.
Yeah. Defense up, baby. Next up is going to be the Raiders. I was looking at Caesar. Caesar must have found it Google. Raiders. The Raiders come in 5-5, going against the 6-3 Dolphins. And let me just say this off the bat: we had our brother Clifford Jones with us at the SVP meetup, and I asked him how you feel about Antonio Pierce, because me personally, be on the outside looking in, I like to see the brother get a shot at this job.
Right.
And he's got these people out here balling, man. They 2-0 since he's taken over, and if he wins today, it'd be only the second time in Raider history that a coach went 3-0 to start their debut. The other person would have been Bill Callahan, who went 4-0 back in 2002. Interesting game today, though.
Wouldn't that be something? Shout out to Antonio Pierce, taking full advantage of his opportunity thus far. Oh man, reality gonna set it today, though. Reality gonna set it today.
Think so?
One thing about Miami, they might not play well against good teams, but they sure play well against not so good teams. Yeah, they got to be frustrated. At this point, Miami got to be a little frustrated.
They got to beat a good team.
They got to take it out on somebody. Yeah, it ain't gonna help them this week because the Raiders are not necessarily a good team, but they still got to keep their name in the ring, their hat in the ring of teams talked about in the AFC. So, man, I'm expecting big things from that Miami offense today.
I am too, and especially on the ground. One thing about it is the Raiders have played well the last few weeks, but on the ground, you can move the rock against them. And doesn't help that A-Chain is coming off of injured reserve today. He's supposed to play. They say Mostert is a go. So it could be a problem for this Raiders defense. Even though I think Tua going to find some success. I think Waddle and Hill are probably going to get down. They're going to be able to run the football today, and I think that's going to be the issue. I will say though, I have to credit Antonio Pierce with the fact that they have been giving Josh Jacob the rock the way he should be getting it, and Josh Jacob seems to be happy.
Yeah,
my opinion, when this thing is all said and done, he's gonna be the first person at the owner's office saying, we need to bring him back. We need to. I'm getting that rock. He's seeing it. So, but I'm with you. I got the Dolphins on this thing 33-20 today. I know you probably. I don't know. You probably come out and say they're gonna drop a 40 piece on these people. I don't know. I'm trying to keep it respectable for the brother, but I'm taking the Dolphins by 12.
I could show you what I wrote down, but ain't no need. 40-20. You are correct. You are correct.
I was thinking about it when I was preparing, and I was like, I know Source gonna put 40. I know he's gonna say something of 40 plus in this particular football game. So I was dead down. Right.
It's going down. Prime, you missed out on an opportunity, Prime. Did I miss it?
On what?
Shout out to Prime. We were at the SBP meetup, and of course we did the show prior to, and Prime predicted a 31-27 score between who was that? Was that Houston?
Was it the Houston and was it Houston and the Bengals? Was that what it was?
Yeah, Houston and Cincinnati. Yeah, 31-27. And the score ended up being 31-27. Yeah, man, that was supposed to be a clip right there. That was supposed to be a clip. Prime in all his glory.
I thought about that too. Man, crazy week, man. I thought about it. I said, darn, I missed the opportunity on that one. But Prime Stradamus, son. Yeah, 2 years in a row, I didn't kind of hit on something.
Right.
So at the time last year, was it the Giants and I was going to say the Skins, Giants and Washington, I think it was. So yeah. Indeed. So this is going to be interesting. This game's going to be real interesting. I'm going to be watching that score the whole day. Next up, I know they're like, why are we talking about this? But it's some interesting stuff going on. You got the Jets and the Bills. The Jets and the Bills are set to play each other today. And the Jets, everybody's been holding out. Well, Jets fans have been holding out hope that they're going to be able to turn this thing around, and young Zach will be able to turn it around. I say leave Zach in there and get a man a shot. But the only reason they've been able to stay in there these games is really because of their defense. Their offense is hard to watch, man. It is ugly. But the Bills, as of late, haven't offered you any assurance that they still them dudes, right? So very interesting game going down today in Buffalo.
Bills be costing me money, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what to do with these people. They are irritating. Like, what are y'all doing? I don't understand what's happening. Of course, the SBP has been lit with people going at Josh Allen and saying he gets let off the hook. We've heard that. I think we've heard that for a couple of years, actually. People let Josh Allen off the hook.
This year, though, doesn't it seem like outside of the beat down that the Cowboys took by the 49ers, and then, of course, losing your Eagles, we ain't heard as much Dak talk as we have, this Josh Allen talk here lately. Josh getting it rough.
Yeah, man, he having a hard time out here in these SBP streets, and on social media as well, from family members of his teammates. Good Lord. Did Josh
ain't thinking about y'all people, man. That man said he got a fat bank account and he got a superstar girlfriend. He ain't thinking about none of that mess y'all talking, man.
I hope he think about not turning the ball over, though, because he turned the joint over today. I've heard this saying. I don't know if it was Uncle Ocho or where I heard this, but I've heard it multiple times recently. Turnovers, either if you're a good team and you turn the ball over, it brings you down to the level of your competition. Your competition may clearly not be as good as you, but it brings you down to their level, or it brings them up to your level, one or the other.
Right.
either way, it ain't good. It ain't good, especially when you're looking at a team that doesn't have much of an offensive presence like the Jets. And
Whew.
Buffalo's supposed to be lighting the scoreboard up on a regular basis. So they mess around, play around with these people if they want to, and they're going to be looking real crazy. Real crazy. Me personally, I need Buffalo to go crazy so they don't look as bad when they play the Eagles, just in case the Eagles trip up, because I know how it's going to go
Buffalo
down
even
if
caught, even
Buffalo
caught fire again by then.
if Buffalo looks bad, and then oh yeah, we don't need them problems. So it's all me being selfish. That's all it is. Berkeley.
Man, I think this particular game is gonna come down to both defenses will make plays. The Jets defense is solid, especially the pass defense. The secondary is as solid as they come. So will Diggs and Davidson be able to get out of this little funk to the end? We're gonna find out about it. The interesting thing though for the Buffalo offense is we had to change the coordinators too because Ken Dorsey got fired.
True.
He's gone. And I ain't never liked Ken Dorsey for obvious reasons. The old heads will understand. So, but by all accounts, he was a good offensive coordinator. And so the Bills are going to have to go in with a change of philosophy now because if we know the old Joe Brady, his philosophy is a little different than what you saw from Ken Dorsey. Brady likes a little play action and then take a shot type offense. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I expect to see a little more play action than we've seen the entire year in this particular football game. And what's going to be interesting to see is how much, that Josh Allen really buys into it or goes off script because by all accounts, from everything I read, Ken Dorsey was his guy. He was the one that was always campaigning for Ken Dorsey, right? So, what is his relationship with Joe Brady? I have no idea. But I just think that Jets offense is going to have a hard time doing anything, even though the Bills defense hasn't quite been the defense that we've been used to seeing. So I'm going with Josh and the guys today, 24-6.
Ooh, 24-6? 24-6?
Yeah. And that's saying Caesar say he averages 2 INTs. He might throw 2 today. The Jets secondary would turn you. I wouldn't be surprised. He might throw 2 by halftime. I still don't see the Jets winning it. I don't care if they do it not.
Prime, you're just disrespectful. This is 24-6. It is a rare occasion that Prime calls the team to have less than 10 points. It's a rare for either of us, really, less than 10 points. But we got one. We got one today. I am going to be a little more respectful of the Jets' defense and how they're able to turn the ball over. I'm going back and forth between 24-16 to 27-17. 24-16, 20. I think we'll go 27-17. 27-17 Buffalo.
Fair enough. Let's get into this next one. A lot of interest in this one with some folks that are online right now with this. The Bucks and the 49ers. Niners got back in stride last week, beating the brakes, to say it nicely, off of the division leading Jacksonville Jaguars. And that joint was ugly. I didn't expect to see that beat down last week the way it went down. Like, that was what they give up. Jacksonville scored 3 points?
3
points last week, because that's all I've been seeing is a question about were we wrong about Trevor Lawrence type stuff. But the Niners are kicking, and you know what it is. You already know what it is. And you brought it up. You mentioned it yourself. There's a different team with Debo back there.
Debo. Better tuck your chain in because Debo is back in the mix. And you could see the benefits of that as well. So,
for sure.
Clearly not Christian McCaffrey's record-chasing touchdown streak, but that's all right. That's okay. He'll start another one anyway, right, JB? Right, Cuzzo? Yeah. So it'll be fine. It's fine. But yeah, you know how I feel about Tampa Bay. Not really Tampa Bay. I don't have no problem with Tampa Bay. They do have this one player though. I don't know why. This is the third week in a row, I believe, that we've talked about Tampa Bay. I don't know why we're talking about these people. Why are we talking about Tampa Bay?
I know we understand you don't like Baker Mayfield, man. I understand.
Oh,
You just we
okay.
get
I'm just saying.
it. Baker ain't done nothing to
Now,
you, bro.
I just mentioned. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. That's too easy. Or is it? Let me think for a second, Prime. Carry the one. But if E equals MC squared and the square root of 64, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it, Prime. I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Nah.
37 to 8. 37 to 8. How do they get 8? I don't know.
37-8. This ain't college
But it's
football,
fine.
man.
Anything is possible. 37 to 8. San Francisco over Tampa Bay. And I might be underestimating the offense of San Francisco today. They might go crazy. They might go Miami. But I'm gonna say 37. 37 to 8.
Man, shout out to Don. So Don, his comment, I don't know if you saw it, but it's a conspiracy. I don't know. The truth is out there. I'm about to go find Scully and Mulder, bro. You know, we gotta go X-Files style. Because you remember when I let you know last week that all of the teams in Niners and all the games in Niners lost, they scored exactly 17 points in each game. Right?
True.
Did you see? You remember the three teams that the Niners lost to?
No. Rams?
Huh? Nope.
No. I'm making up stuff. No, I don't.
All right. I'm gonna show you something. Let's go back to this list.
Let me show you something. Okay.
Look at this list. Does this help you out?
Kirk, Joseph, who was the third one? Who was the third one?
Was it the Browns?
Was it the Browns?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Okay. What does that mean exactly? I mean, it's an interesting fact. But since Cuzzo brought it up,
something's going on. Stuff that new math ain't mathing. You lose by 17 points. I mean, you only scored 17 points in each of your losses.
3 times.
Now, all 3 of the quarterbacks that beat you are done for the year. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know what y'all got cooking over there, JB and Don in San Francisco. I don't want no parts of it, bro. Glad y'all beat the brakes off us. You might do us a favor.
Right. It says the land of the pimping. They pimping in the Bay. But yeah.
We're gonna I ain't trying to be funny. We're gonna pray for you for Hurts too. Lord,
Pimp my quarterback. Wait, hey, don't put us in that. We ain't got nothing to do with all that.
Don't y'all got a player?
We'll cross that bridge
when we get to it. Is we know an injury can happen at any time. Any game against any opponent. But it was just the common stuff on this, and I was like, bruh, that's ugly. Just too many 17s and outs for the season. I don't know. I ain't smart enough to figure all that out. Get some help.
We will cross the Golden Gate Bridge when we get to it.
Who was this? And what are you doing? He said, according to conspiracy theorists, the Super Bowl will be the Ravens and the Niners. Long as the lights don't go out, I'm cool.
Beyonce, hey, who said that?
There was Ant. Ant is in the house.
Oh, okay. So I had to make sure it was somebody legitimate. I was thinking it might be Caesar, but yeah.
Nah, so yeah, Don said this is how the cookie crumbles, fellas. I don't know. That's ill right there, man. That's ill. But yeah, I got the what's your score?
37-8.
Woo! I got the Niners 34-21.
Dang, you're getting people 21.
34-21, man.
That's nice of you.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Now let's move
Mm.
on. Stay on the winning track. And they do what they do. Let's get to
Hey,
these final two games. Huh?
How much did Dallas score against the Niners?
I don't know. Did we score? Oh, nice. Anyway,
Okay.
another one, like, why are they talking about this? Because there's some interesting things going on here. We got the Vikings and the Broncos going at it. And it's all about the wins, baby. Think about it. Vikings have won 5 in a row. The Broncos, all of a sudden, have won 3 in a row.
3? Okay.
Including wins against the Bills and the Chiefs, right?
Big deal. Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. But the reason for the turnaround of the Broncos is exactly what I told y'all a few weeks ago. And I remember chatting with a couple of people in the group, and they was like, nah, they're throwing everything on Russ. Now, if you go back and look at Russ's numbers this season compared to last season, Russ is actually playing better. He's actually playing better. That defense, which was so dominant last year, had fallen off the map. Now the defense is starting to play better. They're still not at the height that they were last season, but they're starting to play better. And that's helped this team string together some victories, man. So, yeah, very interesting game. So we got Josh Dobbs going against Russell Wilson. What do you think?
Is this game tonight? Or was it 4:15?
I think that is the Sunday night game.
I feel like it's the night game.
I think it is the Sunday night game.
So all I want to know is who made the schedule to have Denver. Like,
is indeed
think back to last year.
Mm-hmm.
Then you walk into this season, you're like, you know what? Let's put Denver on Monday night and then have them play on Sunday night as well. That sounds like a good idea. Who thought that? Who legitimately thought that was a good idea? I'm curious now. Because that's weird. Like y'all thought Sierra was coming to the game on some Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift. Like I don't understand. Nevertheless, thankfully to the football goddesses. See what I did there. Minnesota and Denver are playing well in this moment. Of course, Minnesota was always going to be, as long as Kirk was around, Minnesota was always going to be, or have the potential to play well and put up a lot of points. So that was a possibility. But even without Kirk at this point, they are rolling with the homies. They are rolling right now. So, and without Kirk and without JJ as well. Rumor has it Wilson is staying away from his wife's goodies.
I don't know about all that. They've been on the tail ever since that Waffle House. That man, respect that man. That man rented out the whole Waffle House. Ever since he rented the Waffle House out for wifey, they've been on the tail, bro. So I don't know about that player.
Yeah,
and if that was me, I just had to continue losing if that was the option, because I'm not doing it.
L's all over the field. L's all over.
We might, if that was the case, stay away from her and win. I guess I'm going 0-16, bro.
We out of playoff contention by week 3. That ain't
you shopping me in the off season. Well, guess what? The theme of the show is I'm still gonna get paid.
If it ain't about the money,
still gonna get paid.
Yeah, cut the check. CTC, cut the check. But yeah, shout out to Josh Dobbs. He's been balling out of control. Man, I don't like. I hear people talking about this story, but I think the story is even bigger than what people have said thus far, man. Because he's bounced around. He was on the Jets roster in the preseason, right?
Oh, was it the Jets? Might have been the Jets.
Or was it?
He may have been on so many teams, man.
Yeah. And then he ends up in Arizona. Then he goes to Minnesota, gets to play Arizona because the starting quarterback, when he gets traded, gets hurt. And then he goes in, wins that game, comes back, wins another one. Like, this is a bigger deal than what they're saying. I know it's just the middle of the regular season, blah blah blah, but I think the man deserves a lot more, maybe not credit, but attention on what's going on right now. That said, you know, the Denver defense is playing better, like you said, and if there is a time that a fall off could occur, I don't know, man. Like, I don't get into people's medical business.
Yep.
But something about alopecia and Mile High Stadium, I don't know. They don't necessarily go together. I'm not a doctor, and I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But something about them two just don't fit right together. So I expect big things from the Denver defense. Russell Wilson actually might ball out of control. Look, it's wild because people was like, Russ balled last week. Russ had less than 200 passing yards last week. I mean, he played well. Don't get me wrong. He played well, but it ain't like he was out there joint slinging a rock around the field in that leg. Let's not talk crazy. But anyway, I got Denver. I hate to pick Denver. I like picking Minnesota. I've like picking Minnesota for years, it seems like. But I got Denver getting the W in this close one. I'm going to go 27-24. No, they can't get 27. Can they get to 27? They might get to 27. 27, I said it already. 27-24. Denver in a close one against Minnesota.
I'm gonna take the Vikings. I think you were talking about defenses. We begin to say it week after week. The Vikings actually been playing defense. When the last year you could say the Vikings been playing defense. They've been playing defense. And they're very blitz heavy. So I think they're gonna come at Russ. Russ gonna definitely have to make some move. This is gonna be a tight one in my opinion. I got the Vikings just squeaking it out. Veteran kicker in the whole 9. 24-23. They go to Mile High, get the victory.
So we both have Minnesota with 24. You have them on the winning end.
No doubt, no doubt. I see a comment say JJ be back next week, maybe. Yeah, if they can hold tight till JJ get back. It's about to be a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
Problem.
All right, in our last game we got, of course, we know what you'll be doing tomorrow night.
What are we doing?
Yeah, you
Wait,
gonna be in with the rest of the nation. Nah, we got the Eagles, the Eagles and the Chiefs going at it. And hey, it ought to be a good game. So we talked about the Sunday night game. How did they get up to scheduling that? The Monday night game, everybody will agree. They ain't got no problems with it, bro.
I mean, it is a matchup of the most recent Super Bowl.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's what I heard. I read that somewhere, actually. I read it on Al Gore's internet, which is usually questionable. But, yeah, it's going down. I'm yelling timber. The Eagles, I am of the mindset that the Eagles have not played a great game yet. The Eagles haven't played a great game yet. They've had some good moments. They've done some good things. Are you talking about one particular game? No. So they've had some great moments. I'll say great moments. Fine. They had some great moments, and they've had some crazy looking moments. Like they definitely could have lost a good 4 games this year. So I am not, out here like the Eagles are just out here dragging everybody. And I was having this conversation yesterday, actually, in the barbershop. That's right. Bald people go to the barber, as you can see. See that Jones clean, the beard is tight. But y'all was talking about it yesterday. I was like, bro, like, I understand that the Eagles get to the quarterback with 4. I see it. I get it. And better to have 7 in coverage than not.
Right.
Especially we can still get pressure. The thing that bothers me on a regular basis is when that 4 gets close and the quarterback escapes, and then he just be out there joint scrambling and chilling, just floating to the sideline, chilling, just waiting. Because how long can you cover? Even if it's 7 people, you can't cover forever. Somebody's gonna just break open, and it tends to happen a lot. It tends to happen a lot. You know, can't complain. Y'all like, well, your team's only lost one game. I know, but still, nothing. It's not like it's perfect football being played or anything like that. I'm not too concerned about the offense. Once the offense is clicking, it's clicking. If it's not clicking, that's a whole different story. I would like Brother Hurst to be all the way healthy. I don't think that's going to happen to the off season, but we can't do nothing about that at this point. So we're rolling with it. I hope that my guy Swifty gets busy. Let him touch the rock, get loose a little bit, and the rock is shared between Brown and Smith. My mom used to sing, so my last name is Smith. Y'all know that. My mom used to sing in this church group. It was called Brown Smith. And I just realized in this moment, the third person's last name was Jones. I don't want anybody named Jones getting busy in this game. Brown Smith, cool. Jones, not so much. Because I can only think of one Jones that'll be playing. So, y'all didn't ask all that, but that's all right. It's Sunday. The Lord is good, and his mercy endures forever. Kansas City. I love it when Kansas City doesn't play perfect football. I love when Patrick Mahomes is troubled. I like to see it. He gets flustered a little bit. I'm not saying he plays bad. I'm saying he gets flustered a little bit. All this is for Ant, by the way. I'm just talking to Ant. I'm not even talking to anybody else because y'all don't care.
Him right there. The comment.
All our stars are back on D. I don't care about y'all defense. That's the thing. We don't care who y'all have on defense. It does not matter. It does not matter who y'all have on defense. If the Eagles are gonna score, they're gonna score. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You just hoping. You just hoping that the Eagles don't play well. That's all you can do. That's pray on that. Yeah. I don't have any real observations that anybody cares about. I'm just gonna be selfish, self-centered, and a homer. Bird gang. You see it? Hold on. Let me get one time closer to the. Okay. I'm done. You want me to give a score now? 171 to 5. 171. No. All right. A real score. No, I'm gonna let you go, Prime. I'm gonna let you go, and I'll give a score after you finish.
Well, Ant said it all. That Chiefs defense has been playing well. They are completely healthy now. They get Nick Bolton back.
Mean? I'm beefing now. We beefing. What that mean, Prime? What does that mean? What?
Chiefs been one of the better defensive teams in the league this year, man. Especially
is their defense better than the Cowboys' defense? Is their defense better than the Cowboys' defense?
We're not talking about the Cowboys.
I'm just asking a question.
Huh? They've been solid. How about that? I'm trying to help you out. You got to focus on the task at hand. You worry about that Cowboys defense in a few weeks. Worry about that. So look, y'all got to excuse source, man. You know how people. It's how black people act when they get a haircut. We get that fresh cut. You can't tell us nothing. Can't see that's what we got going on right here. But I like their defense. And I think if we want to bring up the Cowboys had a whole lot of success picking apart that secondary, though. But let's keep it 100. And they picked that secondary apart.
Ain't nobody asked about that.
Yeah. But no. You want to talk about the Cowboys. So that being said, Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. And you better hope Taylor ain't got you better hope Taylor got a concert tomorrow night in different city and can't make it. I think they're gonna have mad success against that Eagles defense. You looking up the tour schedule, bro?
I am.
I knew you ain't looking up the tour schedule.
I'm looking it up. Let me see.
He's looking at tour dates for Taylor Swift.
20.
But yeah, that because if she in the house, y'all definitely in trouble. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you while you looking at the tour day. I got the Chiefs winning this game 28-24, and that's what it is. If she there, they might score 31. So I'm just letting you know.
Alexa. Alexa, they won't respond to me. I don't understand.
Alexa
where will
is trying not to hurt your feelings, bro. Alexa
where
looking
will
out for
Taylor
you.
Swift be on November 20th? Okay, that's not a real question. Fine.
Error
Does
can't
not
stay.
compute. Yo, hey, Swift announced in a message to fans on Instagram that her Eras tour stop in Rio de Janeiro on November 18th has been postponed to November 20th. Eagles by 40.
How long on a plane did it take to get from Rio to Kansas City and back? Private jet.
Long enough for to miss this game. That's all I care about.
28-24, Chiefs win the game.
28-24.
Yeah.
30. Okay. All right. If I had money on this game, you know what, Prime? I'm not usually a beat biter, dope style taker. Tell you to your face, you ain't nothing but a faker. But 31-27 is what you said when you were on the money last week. 31-27 Eagles over Kansas City.
There it is. There it is. Somebody forward this to Taylor Swift. I think some of y'all got connections out there. That's how we feel, and that's how it is in week 11. You got anything for the people before we get up out here?
All right, so there's a day this week coming up where everybody gets together with their family and all that. You know,
Are we doing a show?
watch football. Is football? Is there any basketball? It don't matter. But I know that Prime is going to create a thing. What is it called? Turkey Thursday FanDuel contest.
It's going up Monday. Go up tomorrow.
It's going up tomorrow. Oh, I like that. I like that. You know what? I might, return from my hiatus for this one.
Yeah, it's going up tomorrow. FanDuel, Turkey Day FanDuel contest will be up tomorrow, bright and early. I got it.
I like that. I like it.
Are we doing the show Thursday morning?
Am I cooking a turkey Thursday morning? Yes, I am. Yes, I am cooking a turkey.
Okay.
We can. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We'll talk about it. There may be a turkey day show on Thursday. We let y'all know. Yeah, I know Source ain't the only one frying turkey. I ain't got nothing to do. Get your cell phone, tablet, go outside, and if we do it, then just join us. So it is what it is. So we'll let y'all know. You got anything else before we get out of here?
No, man, I ain't got nothing going on. Oh no, nobody can. You know what? No, I don't have anything. Y'all, I don't have anything. Fly Eagles fly. That's all.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all soon. Maybe early Thursday. We may see you. And then probably next week. We'll figure it out. We'll post in the group and let y'all know. Thank y'all for joining us. Enjoy the games today. And hey, it is what it is. SBP, y'all.
Tell Prime to burn that hat.
I see you, Ant. I'm with you.
Why? Why are you with him?
Peace to Judith Winslow.